Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having an amazing time in the Lost Ark Western Alpha test, which is ongoing right now until the 16th of this month, June. I sure am. I cannot wait to share with you a lot more details about my experience in the alpha. I want to review the Western version as a whole. I have some good things to say, quite many, but I also have some bad things, if I can even call them like that, to mention about this whole Lost Ark is coming topic. In today's video I want to give you a quick update on how we're looking with the whole region lock, IP block situation in Lost Ark UNA. I want to talk about that because the petition that I told you about a couple of videos ago has actually reached 5,000 signatures. So I want to take this opportunity straight from the get-go and say such a huge thank you to all of you who have signed this petition. I know that there's many of you who are not region locked for Lost Ark in the West and have still signed it. If you are one of those people who has not yet gotten the opportunity to sign this petition towards Smilegate or Amazon Games to remove this silly IP block that we're having right now, please take a look in the description below. I have the link to the petition. Go ahead and sign it. It doesn't take more than 2 minutes of your time, and you can help increase the chances for your game Lost Ark to be more popular in the West by allowing people from so many countries that have been locked out to actually be able to play it at release this autumn. For those of you who are new to this big issue with the region lock, I want to take a moment to explain what's happening, what's happened, and what seems to be happening in the future. So Lost Ark was announced for the West just a few days ago, and only for us to go on their official website and find out that just a predefined list of countries actually will have access to the game. We all panicked, especially us, myself included, who are part of countries that are not on the list. So we've been waiting for the game for so many years, and very many other people besides myself are in the same situation where they've been waiting and been fans of the game, have played the game and stuck with the game for so many years in other regions, only to find out that apparently we won't be able to play at release. Because of this, someone decided to start a petition, which is linked in the description below, and hopefully attempt to change whoever's made the decision's mind about this IP lock, region lock for countries. I also want to clarify a couple of things that I might have not been so clear on in my previous video regarding this whole region lock topic. One of them being the fact that we are aware that Amazon or Smilegate did not necessarily promise a global release with this particular release right now that's happening under Amazon Games. So because of this, players in South America, players in Australia, players in India, players in the Arabian states, in the Middle East, which are at the moment unable to play Lost Ark for this release that Amazon is doing, understand that. Everyone understands that. However, all of us, we were expecting that this particular release that Amazon Games is doing right now would actually be the global release for Lost Ark that everyone has been waiting for. People expected this because every other MMORPG and their grandmother that came from Asia and released in the West included all of these countries in their Western release, right? They called it global. Amazon never called this release global. They just called it NAEU, and for NAEU, they are almost there in the market. I'm saying almost because countries from the European Union, from Europe as a continent, have also been left out. The funny thing is that Amazon Games has not said absolutely anything regarding this. A reason why Netherlands was left out. Official reason, not speculation that it might be because of the loot box laws that Netherlands has there, or Belgium. I can confirm though that in the country in which I live, don't know the laws in other countries, but for the one in which I live, which is Estonia, we have here every single MMORPG that's available in the world. We have it, and they all have loot boxes and RNG boxes and stuff that you pay money for, many of them being even worse in the cash shop than Lost Ark is. So for me, in my particular case, I actually don't understand why. And I would also appreciate an official statement regarding even other continents, such as Australia, for example. Now, we can assume that Australia is not included in NAEU because it's not in NAEU, it's its own continent. I want to know who's doing is this? Is this Smilegate's doing, like very many of you said in the comments of my previous video about this? You told me that Smilegate gives rights to Amazon where to publish. But if this is Smilegate's doing, and you guys actually might be right, then what's gonna happen? Is there gonna be a fifth release for South America, and then a sixth released for CEA countries, and then a seventh released for Arabian countries, or maybe South Africa, North Africa? You know, these are the questions that have been raised now by the fact that there is an IP block. And of course, some of you mentioned that all of the other regions, Korea, Japan, Russia, where Lost Ark has been released, have an IP block. And that's true. But I've been playing MMORPGs in Korea for 7-8 years now. And of course, it's normal for Korean MMORPGs that are launched in Korea to have an IP block. It's also normal for some of those that have been launched in Russia, not all, but some, to have an IP block. Japan, absolutely no doubt about that. It's only the Western release which bothers me a little bit, because of the fact that we know everyone was allowed to play on the Western release. I have friends in from many MMORPGs such as Terra or Aeon that I have played, friends from the Arabian countries, from Kuwait, from Qatar, friends from Egypt, from Australia, from so many places around the world that are now for Lost Ark locked. Maybe you guys are right and Amazon has absolutely no fault for this. I don't wanna blame Amazon without actually knowing, but the fact that we don't know who decided this and we're just allowed to speculate, this is something that I would really appreciate, and it would be so nice for someone, Smilegate or Amazon, to clear these things up. It would be so lovely to know if fans from South America that were expecting to play in the Western release will ever be able to play Lost Ark. Will they have their own release later on? Or fans from Africa, North Africa, South Africa, CEA region, will I be ever able to play Lost Ark? This is the question that I would have if I would live in one of those countries. And you know, you might think that, hey, Lost Ark or Smilegate or Lost Ark in general never mentioned future releases ahead of time, or very much ahead of time, so we just need to now wait and see. Maybe in 2023 or 2024 there's gonna be some news about another 6th, 7th, 8th release of the game. But it doesn't really make sense in this case right now, where all of these people were expecting to just join Amazon's release and they're not. So it's not the same situation as it was with Russia, Japan, and our release also, where we didn't have any new. So that's my point. Also, very interesting thing and question that I would like to have an official answer for is, why are the countries who are not in the list of allowed countries to play Lost Ark, why are they able to play Lost Ark right now in the alpha? Is it because alpha does not have, let's say, the cash shop, and inside the alpha this is just a pretend play? You're not actually wasting your real money on these suspicious loot boxes that's full of them in Aeon, yet nobody cares. Is that the reason why we're now able to play the alpha and won't be able to play the real game when the cash shop is live and running? These are some of my questions. But I wanted to end the video on a positive note, and that is saying a huge thank you to those of you who have signed the petition once again, and tell you that Amazon Games has not disregarded completely this topic about the region lock for the countries that were locked out. They did not say, hey, we just have rights for this, rights for that, or pretended not to see this issue being an issue. They did see the issue, they did see the petition. There is a little bit of hope at the end of the tunnel. There is a bit of light that this will actually turn into a global release, which would be so amazing for the game and also for the players. After all, myself as a player, I'm definitely a little bit scared that I won't be able to play the game I've been waiting for so long. However, I will be here up until the last day in October, when they're gonna be releasing the game. I will be here talking to you guys, creating content, teaching those of you who are new a little bit of this and that, reviewing things, because I'm just so excited. Even if this technical alpha is the last thing I'm playing in terms of Lost Ark in the West, I've been having such an amazing time to see everything in English and to be able to not launch a translation patcher and not be afraid that, you know, anytime I'm gonna get banned if I say something. Using emotes in English in chat to interact with NPCs, just absolutely gorgeous. I wish you guys lots of love. Thank you so much for watching this video. Sign the petition, and yeah, I'm gonna keep you up to date. Stay safe.